So today we are sitting with Yusef Sudah, the author of I Died and Came to Earth. So I thought this would be a good opportunity for him to explain what the book is about, since both of our DMs and texts have been very active with inquiries about the book and what it is about. People have asked about the preface and just the content of the book. So if you could please explain for everyone what your wonderful book is about.
Well, the book is really about the reader, in the sense that I've taken the opportunity to provide a reflective understanding of the choices that we make to be born, a pre-birth cycle, a gestation cycle of living 9 months in the womb and person of our mothers, who are our first teachers, and a post-birth cycle, that is, after we return, we come out of the body. The door of no return, if you wish, is the mother's body. We then become what we consider to be human beings, but I call that in the book also and define that as post-born. The reason for that is that we know nothing. We come here, having decided to come here, and we did make the decision to come, but there's nothing that we know. There's an open field. We're incapable of doing, I shouldn't say incapable, we have yet to have the abilities to do those things that life requires. We know how to eat, we know how to sleep, we know how to live in the comfort and care of our mother. Some of us take 3 to 4, sometimes 5 years before we can gather enough strength to exercise our bodies and do those things that we have become accustomed to. So let's say somewhere between 3 and 5, we then go on the adventure of what we call being human beings. Meanwhile, we have no instructions. I talk about the fact that none of us come with an instruction manual, which means that we come to parents who are ignorant of how to be parents. We come as children of our mothers and fathers who themselves knew nothing about how to manage themselves, including the new child that they have. None of us are born fathers. We're born the contributors to the birth of a child. None of us are born mothers. We are born as contributors to the complementary relationship between a male and female that we call intimacy, which is normally taught by the female to function on this playing field that we call Earth, thereby life. Not considering the idea that Earth is but a speck of sand. There are more galaxies in the universe than there are grains of sand on the planet Earth. And we seem to believe that somehow this is a large, big place to live, even though it is nothing more than a speck in a universe, in a cosmology or a cosmos that we feel comfortable and discomforted. So the book is about giving you a perspective on where you come from, why you made some decisions, the fact that you did make the decisions, and now that you're here, you have to lay out the playing field of objectives and goals and struggle through the life after putting forth something in the future that you want to acquire. So it helps you understand that you are crafting your destiny. You are the maker of your destination. Therefore, there is no outside force that's governing how or what you should do, but you, who have the capability to make decisions, and you do, and then muster the skills, the talents, and the abilities to give an opportunity to yourself, let's say, to achieve those things that you wish. So that's what the book is about, basically.
Okay, and when did you start this book and what inspired you to do so?
I started this book in 1987. One of the original names of the book was The $1 Billion Tale. As I look more carefully in writing and structuring and rewriting and having experience in my own life, I then begin to restructure the idea, the thought, the feeling, the emotion, the spiritual content of it. And then I named the book I Died and Came to Earth. That was in 1987 while living in Clearwater, Florida, in a house that my then wife and I had purchased, and we were very happy there, at least in the space, and that is how it began.
So How can people acquire the book now before the hard copies come?
All they have to do is, one, show an interest. They can pay for the book on Cash App. $ Yusef Sudah is my address on Cash App. Send me also your email address and your home address or your mailing address. I will then do two things. I will send you the raw manuscript via email. Gives you the opportunity to begin to read the book and get some idea of what it actually took in its own way to formulate the final book. Once the book is printed, I will then take your home address or your mailing address, forward the hard copy to you with my autograph, saying thank you for your support.
And how much is it?
$35.
Okay. When do you expect the hard copies to come?
Actually, the middle part or the latter part of next week.
Excellent.
The cover had to be designed, and I took the time with young friend Ajamu Lawrence, who happens to be the son of a comedic yoga instructor, and he worked with me very diligently, did 3 to 4 covers until arrived at the specific one that is now the final cover for the book.
Well, the cover is amazing. The cover alone makes you want to pick the book up. There's so many elements of it that are just very, not just beautiful, but cosmic, and you really have to look at the cover because I notice different things every time I look at the cover. So this is excellent. Great job. Is there anything else that you would like to add for people who are inquiring at this point?
No, but I'd like to thank my interviewing wife here for being the one who finally supported me to get it done. I mean, it was a work of effort, a work of varying kinds of attention at various times. I didn't sit and continue to write over a 37-year period. I continued to write as ideas, thoughts, and other things came to me until the book was completed. It just took the time that it has taken to get it done from 1987 till 2021.
So if you are unable or don't want to do all of the Cash App emailing things, Yusef Sudah will be having his first book signing Juneteenth weekend at the West Las Vegas Library Theater, and it will be from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. You can purchase the book there, and he will autograph it there for you. And then there is a second signing that was just scheduled today at Feather Nest Co-Learning Group, the business of Miss Ronnie McClintock, and that will be at Feather Nest, which is on Rancho. We'll have the details later, but that will be from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and we will provide light refreshments. He will introduce the book there, have a small lecture beforehand. You can purchase the book, have it signed, and ask any questions that you may wish. And then we will have other book signings throughout the summer. So thank you so much for supporting my husband's book. It is a very magical book, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, and you. Thanks for your help.
All right. Signing off, the Sudahs.